Hey everybody, I'm Chris Watson and welcome to this edition of the NYSPHSAA Captains Club presented by the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association. This year the Captains Club has a new look. We are partnering with Omari Pearson, the man you're about to meet, for a series of videos that will focus on mentoring and preparing you for the future. Now, Omari founded Passion to Purpose 8 years ago and has worked with other athletic associations as well as the NFHS. Now, the goal is to help student athletes in 3 specific categories: personal responsibility, accountability, and discipline. And in this first workshop, Omari asks you one important question: why?
Hello everybody, how y'all doing? It's Coach O, Omari Pearson, founder and president of Passion to Purpose Incorporated and Passion to Purpose LLC. Today we're going to talk about what's your why. I'm going to say it again. What is your why? Now ponder that for a minute. You're like, what is my why? Like, dude, what are you talking about? Why did you start playing sports? Why do you have the academic goals in which you have? Why do you want to be what you say you want to be? Why? Right now during COVID, you've had more alone time probably than you've ever had that you can probably remember since you was a kid. Now the question I have for you is, this time that you're reflecting on that during this COVID situation, this is where you find out if you really are passionate about what you say. See, your why is your motivator factor that gets you up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, my alarm clock doesn't wake me up, my why does. My why that I get up and read books and I study and watch videos. My why when I begin writing notes when I'm on the side of the road, I literally pull my car over on the side of the road and write notes because different thoughts pass through my head. And I'm like, man, I got to share that with students because my why is you. I prepare every day because I want to be able to come before you and give you information, but that's my why. See, my why is my family and my kids. But what's your why? Why do you play sports? Why do you want to get a scholarship? Why do you want to go to college? Why do you want to go to military? Why do you want to go to trade school? See, because when pressure comes, because you know the whole analogy, right? People use pressure busts pipes so it creates diamonds. When pressure comes, your why has to be present, because if your why isn't present, you will find the pressure will bust your pipe and you'll miss the opportunity to create the diamond that you already are. See, we're all loaded with potential, endless potential, right? You can be anything in which you want. And you hear that a lot of times. People say, no, you can't. No, I don't believe that at all. See, I'm standing before you doing public speaking, a kid who barely was able to really read on grade level as a freshman in high school, who's now going on to write books. The kid who struggled academically is now graduated from college with a 3.41 GPA. You tell me what I can't, I'll show you what I can. But that's my why. What's your why? Why do you make your bed and clean your room up? Why? Why do you need to create muscle memory with your sports? Why do you have to treat people the right way? Why? As a parent, one of the things we hate is when our kids ask us why. Right? We tell our kids to do something, they say why. That's the quickest way to get in trouble, right? But as an adult, as you begin matriculating and becoming young adults and actual adults, you have to begin to ask yourself that question. Why do you want things? Is this really in alignment with what I say? Because see, the question is just a precursor to the answer, right? Let me clarify what I mean by that. When I say I ask the question why, and I now have the answer, then now I have an actionable item that I must now walk out. I have an actionable item that I must now be able to articulate. See, understanding my why is important because I can't let my why be dominated by others' why. See, everybody's full of opinions. In this world of social media, opinions reign. But the reality of it is when you know your why, others' opinions don't even matter. See, when you don't know your why, their opinions begin to shade and shape your mentality. You begin believing what others are saying about you because you don't know what you are or what your why is. So someone says, man, you know what? Why do you play basketball? You ain't no good at it. See, if you would have told me that at 15 and I never would have started playing at 16, I would have never been a Division I player. I would have never been able to follow my dreams if I would have listened to others. But guess what? I'm stubborn like that. See, I believe there's a good thing in being healthily stubborn, right? You can have some stubborn pieces of you and traits within you, but you don't want to be so stubborn that you're not open to learn and learn from others, right? And willing to make adjustments when needed. See, I'm stubborn in the standpoint of when I make a goal, I make a plan, I stick to it. I literally was just talking to my wife the other day about getting up in the morning and running with her. I said, you know, I don't want to do it, but guess what? I made a commitment to you that I would, so I do it. That's my why. When I was in high school and I was struggling, I had a teacher sit down with me and help me understand that, you know, Omari, you're not really reading that level. And I never even had no one tell me that before. And she said, if you take these strategies, you implement these strategies, you'll begin seeing the outcome and the benefit of it. And I'm gonna be real with you, at first I didn't. At first I was still sitting in the back of the class and count the paragraphs in class where I had to stand up and read out loud so that by the time it got to me, I was prepared. So when I stood up in front of my peers, I could actually say it like I knew what I was saying, but I still didn't even understand the words in which I was pronouncing out of my mouth. It's weird what happens when you begin looking at your why and doing self-examination, because oftentimes we project all of our issues without dealing with our own. See, right now during COVID, I challenge you right now to ask, why do you want to go to college? Why do you want to be a better athlete? Why do you want to go to trade school? Why do you want to go to the military? Why are your academic goals? Why was your GPA what it was last year? Why was your average what it was last year? What could you have done differently? See, you can't control what you do you can't control rather what others do on this earth, but guess what you can control? How you respond. I can't control people, but I can control my effort. Every night when I lay in my bed and I'm looking at the ceiling, I should be able to ask myself one question relating to my why. And my question should be simply, as I'm looking at my ceiling, did I give 100% that day? Because if I gave 100%, it was in alignment with my why. See, I'm saying why a lot because I really want you, even literally when you get done with this video, like, dude, why? Literally daydreaming, why? Why am I spaced out? Why am I not doing my best? Why am I settling for a 3.0 when I should be a 3.5 student? Why am I not getting extra tutoring when I need help? Why am I not being a true leader with my peers and they're doing things in which are detrimental to their future goals, but I don't say anything because I want to be cool? See, your cool now prevents others from being what they want. In another session, we're going to talk about lead or, and you'll understand a little bit more why that why is important. See, your why is extremely important on various levels, but you have to have a clear understanding because guess what? I can't live your why for you. See, others will give you statistics and tell you, guess what? This amount of student athletes make it. This amount of people have this. All of these different things you will see. But guess what? You can tell me only 3% of the kids play Division I basketball. I'm going to say, guess what? I'm going to work my butt off to put myself in the best position to do it. You can tell me that only 9 out of 10 businesses fail. Guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to start 10 businesses so I can now be successful because all I need is one. How you perceive things will be extremely important, but it goes back to you writing out what your why is. Going through these sessions, not just to hear me talk and get you motivated and excited, but really thinking through what you want. I can't live your dream for you. Your parents can't live your dream for you. Your guardians can't live your dream for you. Your coach can't live your dream for you. You have to live your own dream. You have to go after what you say you want. You have to be tenacious about what you say you want, and you have to not settle because your why is that important. None of you on this listening to the sound of my voice have the same fingerprint. Think about that. You're all uniquely different. You may have similar interests, but you're uniquely different, which means you bring to this world a different perspective than any other person. Even when you're mimicking other people, you're still unique because you have a different perspective based upon your upbringing or your surroundings or your exposure, but you're uniquely different. You combine your uniqueness with your gifting and understanding of what your why is and your reason and your motivation. Guess what happens when haters begin speaking? You can't even hear. It's like you're wearing earbuds, noise cancellation headphones, because their noise can't penetrate what you believe because you've done your research. So when I say I want to be a lawyer, doctor, or engineer, I now can give you the information behind that. So my why is strong. When I tell you I'm a 3.0 student, but I'm going to be a 3.5 this year, and I share a plan of action of how I'm going to do it, your noise can't penetrate it because my why is strong. When I tell you right now that I'm an amazing leader, And I share with you how I'm being an amazing leader with not only my teammates, but with my family members. Because by the way, how you treat your brothers and sisters right now in your household is leadership practice 101. See, we all say different things, but we allow the noise to penetrate because we haven't secured our why. See, your why is different than my why, but you got to have your own. You can't apply my why to your life because my why may not fit. Interesting how that works, right? See, I'm a size 15 shoe. Some of you may be a 15 shoe and can fit it, but some of you probably can't. So even if I gave you these Jordans on my feet, they'd be nice to be in your closet, but if you wear a size 11, it ain't gonna work for you. Every last one of you, begin spending time and reflecting on what you're doing. Think about your time. Think about how much time you give social media. They said the average student spends over 8 hours a day on social media. I heard that one time. That's crazy. So my why is really not my why. I'm really other people's perspective, and I'm allowing other people's perspective to dictate how I believe and what I see. Someone said they called television, the name television, the reason it was given that name was because it was to tell you a vision. So someone's telling you what to see, what to believe, having and creating an emotional connection with you. Social media has now replaced television to where I look online and I see other people doing different things and it makes me feel better or worse about myself. So now I begin Instagram stunned, TikToking to get likes. But hear me, if it's not in alignment with my why, I could care less. See, the most valuable commodity we have on this earth is our time, and how you manage your time will ultimately tell me how serious you are about your why. It's funny, right? In this COVID situation, I've had a lot of time to reflect. I've had a lot of time to write, and I'll kid you not, I was just telling one of my good friends, I said I've literally have wrote over 29 different programs that I want to share with you all. And I'm going to get them all out. Why? Because I have time to reflect on the importance and the information that I need to get out, because if I don't get out, then what am I really doing? When I was young, I never forget, my grandfather, we would be riding in the car and we'll pass a graveyard. And one of the things he would always ask us when me and my cousins were in the car, it was like his ongoing joke, and we didn't catch on to it until we were a little bit older. We were like 5 years old or so. He would say, how many in the graveyard are dead? And I know that's a little bit morbid, so bear with me. And we would all say, numbers like 5, 20, 100, whatever it is. And his response would be all of them, and he would chuckle. And then he would follow that up with, and it's weird because I remember this so vividly. And I didn't understand why he always said it. And he would say, where is the greatest place on earth full of resources that never will materialize? Now that's deep right there when you think about it, right? I'm 5 years old, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm like, what does that even mean? But he kept saying it over my life before he left this earth. So I heard it over and over and over again. And our response is we would name different places and he would say, by the way, we just drove by it. And he went, oh, graveyard, the graveyard. And it's an amazing thing because we all have potential on this earth. We all are uniquely different. We all have talents and gifts and skills that no one else is just like us. We're different. But the reality of it is we have to realize what our why is. And we have to begin chasing and putting our why in front of everything. So when we're tired in the morning, our why is why we get up. When we don't feel like studying, our why is why we get up. Because when you understand what your why is, everything else doesn't really matter. Now, are you human? Yes. Are you going to have days that your why is going to be hard to walk through? Yes. But when you're clear and have a clear understanding of what your why is, you will be amazed, rather, exactly how you begin chasing, how you find yourself invigorated, where you don't even need coffee, you don't need drinks and energy drinks. You're already excited because your passion has motivated you and you found yourself in alignment with something that literally gives you life as you go after. Hear me, sports and activities are amazing, but that's a gift and a tool to open doors. Utilize it for what it's worth and then let it go as far as it can. But when it's over, make sure that your why is at the end of the road, ready and prepared to open the next door of your life. It was my pleasure speaking with you, and I hope that this was good information for you. Let's go.
We hope you enjoyed today's workshop on What's Your Why, and please join us when our next video is released on Tuesday, October 13th, when Omari focuses on mentorship during distance learning. For this edition of the NYSPHSAA Captains Club, presented by the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association, I'm Chris Watson. We'll see you next time.